Another LP? Working me to the bone. But no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Let me go whip some things into shape for you. This took a bit of pounding to shape, but the workmanship's solid. Now, go put this thing to good use.
Bring it. Come on.
The only ones meddling are your hapless minions. This will be taken care of in the manner I see fit. Your assistance is not required. I suppose coming here has given you a second wind. Feeling better, Bayonetta?
Who are you? And don't you dare say my long-lost sister.
Sister, you've quite the active imagination. You and I once fought for the jewel upon the crown of the Umbra throne. And now that you've returned, my sleeping beauty, it is time to
So they tagged me back to a post that this wrestler had made, and knowing that they're like actual human people and they don't have like PR departments, this was something that he wrote. It came across as very sincere. It's better than him just not saying anything and then still getting ticketed for bouts.
no time for daydreaming.
And like I intend to comment on it further to be like, hey, like this apology is really cool. I'm glad you wrote this, and it does read as sincere. But I don't like to forgive you without forgetting. If this becomes an issue again, like I want to be able to roast them further. Not roast them, but just like call them out, because there are so many people who view this as a safe place to be themselves and to be seen and not mocked on stage.
Yeah. One thing that I like was very clear, and you commented on, and it had sort of set up to me, having not been to see 3-2-1 battle before.
I was really bummed that this had to be your first one and that shit happened.
You know what? I didn't even catch it. I didn't even hear him say it either time. I mean,
Okay.
I heard when he said it, but I thought he was saying something different.
Yeah.
And then I heard you say it, and I was like, oh, that is what he said.
Yeah, like I didn't...
And I can't remember what I thought he was saying, but it just didn't like hit me that that's the word that he used.
I felt like I'd misheard him the first time. Like, there's no possible way.
Yeah.
To my advantage.
But obviously, if like a bunch of other people have commented on it, then it's definitely not a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, suffice to say, it didn't ruin my experience because I didn't really even realize I had heard it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but so you had sort of set this up in describing 3-2-1 battle, but I didn't really get it until I was there, and then you commented on it like directly that it is like it does kind of feel like more inclusive than
Yeah.
than like I imagine. I've not been to any other indie wrestling promotions in Seattle, so my only frame of reference really is just like some of the stuff that I see online. You know, because I follow some.
I've done a lot this chapter.
I follow a few like online wrestling analysts, and so I see like stuff like peppered in from like indie stuff or like the like mid-level, what I would say mid to high level stuff that's not WWE, which tend to also be a little bit more open with stuff like that. But this is like goes way beyond what I ever would have expected to get from a safe, like inclusive wrestling space. In a way that's not tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, no, it's all
It
sincere.
really just does feel like everyone's represented. Like no one's like cartoonish
Yeah.
about their stuff, unless that's kind of their point. But no one even was really like cartoonish. That, you know what I mean? Like I would say the closest thing to that was probably the
King of Dong style guy.
the king. Yeah,
And he was a visitor. He was from somewhere in California. I
Right.
forget where. San Francisco,
and
maybe.
that was like fine. It wasn't my favorite thing, but like it was kind of funny that it was kind of played for laughs. Like he wasn't like his gimmick wasn't like just like I'm slick man's man, but it was kind of like that, but to a point that was so extreme that it was this is silly, but in a way that's funny. And then like the furry team, but only because like they lean so
not
far
dodging
into
time.
the like roar, we're furries kind of like hand signals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like it's like cute. It's not like taking the piss. It's just like it's fun. You know what I mean? They're not like the furries, but we're serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like they know they're furries and they know they're fun and like they're just doing fun stuff. You know, and some of it was gimmicky, but yeah, again, in a way that wasn't like eye rolly. And a lot of them, the more gimmicky acts, could back it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're silly. Like the I can't remember the team, but the team that's like the nerds.
The romantic nerds.
Yeah. That's beyond wacky, but like those guys were good.
They're legitimately good
And
wrestlers.
so like I don't mind like really gimmicky shit like that when like the wrestling is there.
Yeah.
But I was not fully prepared for like that space. And it is genuinely kind of shocking that would happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it's
also just because it's 2019, like
Yeah.
who's talking like that? You know,
especially
like,
in Seattle.
especially in Seattle, and like
Afraid of
even
something,
in
are
wrestling.
you?
I mean, you know, like it. I don't think
This
that's
was a waste of my time. You're still
common.
Yeah, we've should have grown past that by now.
Yeah.
And in wrestling, it's like you've got to be aware that this is like a pretty gay sport.
Yeah.
The only reason it's not openly gay is because we try so hard to not mention how pretty gay this is.
Yeah.
And for you to like drop slurs about it, in the middle of a bout. It's like, come on now.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is what I like about 3-2 in battle, is it's just like that little crank up of just like a little bit more queer than WWE can ever possibly be, just because of the size it is.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to see them like, it's nice to see these people on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I got this power finally. I can finally just run. This is so enjoyable. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know all this.
Don't stop running, goes fast. But since you brought it up, I loved 3-2 in battle. I thought it was a lot of fun.
It's amazing, and if you're in Seattle and have not been to 3-2 in battle, I cannot recommend it enough. Happens at Evolve Fitness. They've got a Facebook page. I highly recommend checking out. Things like that are not the norm at all. It's the first time I've encountered it, and I've been going for months. And the couple people I know personally and like tangentially know who are directly involved with 3-2 in battle production did not condone that behavior, and I'm positive there were conversations had behind closed doors, obviously. But yeah, it should never be a thing we see again.
Probably just something that he came up with in the moment.
Yeah.
Or like, I would hope before the match, and I would hope that he had gotten permission from the other fella to use that language. But it knowing like how indie stuff works, it probably just like popped into his head right in that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what his explanation was, but that's what my expectation would have been.
And they don't do a huge amount of mic work.
Yeah.
So I get how it happened.
Yeah.
I just really wish it hadn't happened.
Yeah. And I don't know. I hope, I mean, if his intention was just to get heat off that, like, that's so cheap. Like,
yeah.
Just be smarter about your heel antics. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for...
We've gone pretty deep in the paint on this one.
This Bayonetta sesh.
Yeah, it's been a chill sesh.
Yeah.
Real chill.
Yeah.
Real chill
guys,
sesh.
Chill sesh. Thanks for seshing out with us here.
Yeah.
And we will sesh out with you next time.
Sesh out.